right, congratulations everybody. We're here. We made it to C1X. Today we get to talk to Don Freeman from DFX Discs. Don and his family have been running a disc golf collectibles empire, turning custom stamping into an art form, from partnership releases, stunning original artwork, to opening a retail location. DFX is something special. He's also cultivated the passionate Goose Gang community, where Golden Goose discs have become the holy grail. Don, welcome to the show.
Guys, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Dude, thanks for coming. I kind of want to just jump right in and please explain this Golden Goose thing, because I think that's what most people are aware of, but we have no idea.
Okay. At the heart of it, the Golden Goose is a trophy-style disc, right? So, yes, we do a whole bunch of collaborations with artists. And within any of those production runs, we may or may not choose to do a limited number of these Golden Geese. It's, at the heart of it, it was just meant to be a fun thing. And then it got painfully out of control over the last seven, 8 years. So yes, it is a special disc within the run. To us at DFX, there is no extra value to it. We love just handing them out as we do.
Okay.
Random draw, whatever it is. Whatever happens in the secondary market is whatever the secondary market chooses to do.
Right. Sort of a Sexton Firebird-esque type situation.
It.
Okay. Yep. Where did the Goose come from?
Okay, so that probably gets into the community a little bit here.
Okay.
So at the very beginning of things, we had a few artist collabs, and we gained traction, and then there was one specific design where we had, I should have brought one, because everybody asks the same question. And the depiction of this design was our leprechaun, who we had in our first design, possibly squeezing a golden egg out of a goose's rear.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that the design was centered right over the sprue that MVP can't stamp over. And it's possible that it unintentionally looked like a goose's butthole straight up on the center of the disc. So this design triggered this was a spring design. So we were going to pop off a design in the fall that was more of a callback. So we wanted to let the goose have his fair penance, right? So the fall disc was Goose Gang, and it was one goose with bats behind his back, and then like one fat one, and then another guy to the side with machine guns or something like that. And that's when the community just kind of took control.
Okay.
They attached themselves to that. It got out of control. At that time, we were probably 300-400 people. It was not a big group, but the passion, they just didn't drop it. Like, all right, give us another one. And over time, they just kept connecting to it. Like, fine, screw it. Let's just lean into it.
Just embrace it.
Embrace it. So is everything that we do goose related? No, I hope not. We try to limit it at times.
Well, you got to, otherwise it's not special, right? But
well, the Golden Goose in itself is again, it's just a set of discs within the series.
Okay. Okay.
So that the Golden Goose really started taking off once people started collecting them. And in response, there was a guy in Michigan, his name's Sal, wonderful guy. He runs some tournaments with us. A true friend. Mm-hmm. He comes down for our September tournament here at Spoon Creek every year. Him and his wife stay with us each year. His buddy was one of the major collectors. And he said, you know what, man? We're done with this. I'm going to buy one. I'm going to throw it. And that's when things got even weirder.
Okay.
Because it was essentially saying, screw your collector disc. We're throwing these things.
Right.
We don't care.
Right.
So he was the first person to go ahead and throw one. He did a silly recording just to make sure that everybody knew what he was doing, right?
Yep.
Silly community stuff.
Yep.
And then 2, 3, 4, 5 people joined by doing the same thing. And as of last week, there's been 300 people now who they don't care how they get the Golden Goose, but they want to obtain it, and then it just stays in their bag. They throw it, and that's it. It honestly becomes their favorite disc a lot of the time.
Wow.
So,
I mean, that is special. You can't just like you can't create that and make it happen. The fact that it was started by the community is a golden goose in itself, right?
That's kind of it, right? So, we'll sell a disc for between $20 and $25 most of the time. The golden goose is the same. Sometimes we hide them on the website for people to find. Sometimes we give them out randomly. All sorts of ways.
Yep.
But it's just a disc to us.
Yeah.
So why would we sell it for anything else than just a disc, right?
Right.
So that was. I think that's what makes some of the community stuff pretty special with us. And I say that in the humblest way possible. Like, I'm not saying I'm a genius here.
No.
This is a stroke of very fun luck.
Yeah.
Very fun fortune.
Yeah.
That we've kind of stepped into. And the way that we've attached ourselves to the community, and we ask for their input. We have stupid fun games. I still respond to a bunch of customer service emails. I shouldn't. I should be focused on something else.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, this past week, I mean, my guys had worked their butts off leading up to Black Friday. So when they left we ended up working Friday.
Okay.
When they left Friday, I said, hey, you don't get to touch email this time. I got email this weekend.
Okay.
I got email next week. Don't touch it. I'll settle it. I promise. I won't piss them off. I promise. So it's fun, but does it detract from what our mission should be? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The brand was formed in fun.
Yeah.
That's what it's always been about.
Yeah.
Our mission statement is, let's go have some fun. We're playing disc golf.
Right.
Yeah, we could go have a bunch of sanctioned tournaments, and we could be pushing ourselves to surpass our MA1 abilities, work into MPO.
Yep.
We could do that.
Right.
The community can still do that. But when they come to our event, they're going to have a hell of a time.
Okay.
And we aren't going to focus on, oh man, you didn't beat your rating today.
Right. What are you focused on?
Fun.
Fun.
It is a fun event.
What's the difference between like a competitive tournament versus playing a Spoon Creek DFX?
So, our Spoon Creek event, man, it's my favorite day of the year.
It
is my favorite day of the year.
Have you made it to that?
Yeah, I played it.
The course is great.
I haven't been
The course
there
is
yet.
great,
Yeah.
and the crew out there. Kerry Rivard is the man he works for K-State, but he's the keeper of the course. And they've had a lot of volunteers over the years. They have staff members that curate that course. It's a wonderful place. It's a fantastic place. Your cell phone won't work out there, so it's just a great spot to go out and throw the disc, enjoy being out with either with friends or by yourself, whatever it is. But the Golden Goose Open is our September event, and it consists of 2 rounds with lunch in between. They're shotgun rounds. We don't do tee times.
Yeah.
I think tee times.
I think those are still my favorite tournaments when it boils down to it, because to me that at its core is disc golf. It's 2 rounds, both shotgun, like
Yeah.
amazing. It's all in one day, and then you're kind of done.
You all finish at the same time and
Yes.
like go getting lunch.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Oh man, so we had a group last year somehow take an extra 45 minutes in the first round. It's like, how'd you manage it? There should have been gaps everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's like somebody else should have been backed up behind you.
Right.
So our tournaments, what I'll tell my TDs, and we'll have about 30 tournaments nationwide. I think we did 30 this year, maybe 40 next year, depending on who wants to host them. The rules are, it's 2 rounds. You provide everybody lunch. Nobody gets to leave for lunch. Everybody stays there. When you show up, your day is there.
Okay.
And your job is, as the tournament director, is to make sure that every single one of your players has the best day of the year.
Okay.
So no problems exist. If there's a problem, you fix it. How? Don't care. Fix it.
Right. Okay.
Give away a disc. Give away a shirt. I don't care.
Yeah.
Make them happy.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt their fun. If they find a way to not have fun, let's fix that. Then you can't fix every person.
But
There's always some sour grapes or just unfortunate situations. But, but no, the whole premise is to make it a community style event. I think we've lost something in disc golf. These tee times, the flex starts, is there a spot for it? Yeah, absolutely. But I think the community aspect really gets hammered in when everybody starts at the same time, finish at the same time. They share a meal together. and then again have a second round and have a blast.
Yeah.
Silly games thrown in between.
Yep.
So for that specific tournament, we'll have a putting challenge in the first round, and then at lunch, the first year I did it completely on the fly. I turned it into a finals Raz style. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, the first year we had a whole bunch of Goose calls. They cost us so much money we couldn't put them in the player pack ever again. They're like $15 each.
Okay.
There was no way to get them wholesale, no way to get them cheaper. But that place turned into a madhouse the whole day. And at lunch I was like, hold on, we can do something really silly here.
Yeah.
So we had like the top 3 or 4 guys play on those marksmans that are up in the little grotto area.
Okay.
You've probably seen those.
Yeah.
And I strongly encourage as many people as I can to stand up after eating Oklahoma Joe's barbecue and go up into the grotto. Guys, I know you're tired. You just had a hell of a lot of barbecue. Go up there and yell at these guys.
Yeah.
They just whooped your ass in that first round, that putting challenge. Go yell at them. Let them have it.
Yeah.
And inevitably they shambles.
The players.
Everybody falls apart for that.
Oh, man.
Because they're used to, so they'll have like 20 footers on the veteran baskets out on the course in the first round, but then we make them 25, 30 footers on those little marksmans that don't catch to begin with unless you're low center on that pole.
Right.
They'll just bounce right out.
Right.
Add the pressure, and I throw in a few $100 cash, and nobody can make a putt anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It'd be
I forget the original question, honestly. I think it was about
you
Golden
answered it
Geese,
perfectly.
but I think it was about Golden
Yeah, I
Geese.
think it's like, I think we've talked about that several times on this podcast. I think is like having fun, like these style of events. Yeah, so like I think that's great.
That truly is our ethos.
Yeah.
People don't believe me at all.
Having fun. Just having
That's
fun.
that's what people ask how we've accomplished what we've accomplished, and really, what have we really done? We've built a community.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all we've done.
Yeah.
That's what we do best. We go out, we have fun with people, we make sure they have a good time. They enjoy disc golf.
Good.
What's the point of throwing a disc if you're not having fun doing it? Right?
I totally agree.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah. I think that might be a good segue. Like I love that you talked about like your mission to get to like how did DFX start? Like where did the idea come from? Like it's a family business, right? So like how did you guys?
Essentially, yeah. So it started by reaching out to Marmoset. He's an artist based out of South Carolina. Many know him well now. He refuses to use his government name, as we would say. He prefers to just go by Marmoset, no matter if you've known him for a minute or a decade.
Perfect.
So I approached him originally because the original goal was to use the custom stamping abilities in the industry in what I consider to be a better way. I didn't feel as though they were stretching their abilities with their in-house releases. Now, granted, these brands are big. They have to protect their brand image and follow their directives and make sure that they stick to their culture. So there's a lot of reasons why they didn't do things the way we wanted to do it. But the original premise of everything was artists aren't getting paid in disc golf. They aren't getting paid. They're getting paid pennies.
Yeah.
Compared to any other industry, creatives deserve a little bit more credit than what they're getting. So the whole premise from the art perspective, this started out as custom art, and of course that we're still pushing that envelope a little bit.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure that we were paying a fair wage to these artists and finding a way to make sure that they felt valued. Because all the feedback I had heard was, I got 2 discs and $50.
Yeah.
It's like, holy cow, you put
And how many
10,
hours?
20 hours into a design,
Yep.
10 edits, 12 edits, back and forth. And for some reason, you're supposed to feel special about getting $50 and a couple of discs.
Yep.
And a lot of people would make the artist feel guilty about asking for samples to begin with.
Right.
So that's where I'm a people person. At the heart of it, I love people. So when I started learning about what was going on behind the scenes, and it wasn't with Marmoset, it was with some other artists that either I had approached or we met along the way and had discussions. Everybody had the same concerns.
Interesting.
So yeah, the original idea was to, okay, let's find a way to make sure these artists have a sustainable partnership with us. And turns out that when you offer a fair package, right, they're going to turn in a different set of work.
Yeah.
The work's going to be better.
Yeah.
They're going to work harder to make sure that, instead of running 50 discs, we can sell 200 discs. And that, I think, is part of what made us special in the beginning. Again, this is kind of pre-community stuff. This is when I was just branching out. I had another job that I was doing full time.
Yep.
I had an hour here, an hour there to commit to a fun side project.
Yep.
Right. So that's how it truly began. And then I started partnering with some other artists one by one. And again, we use the same ethos of, okay, we want you to feel valued. We want you to be a partner in this, right? Here's a concept idea. Run with it.
Okay.
Give me 2 edits. Just give me 2.
Yeah.
Bring it to me before you're done. When your sketching is done, bring it back to me. And before you're ready to ink, please bring it back to me.
Right.
Because what I quickly learned early on, actually the first partnership I had with Marmoset, I didn't understand what went into curating a piece of art like that, right? So I didn't understand, and he should have billed me a lot more than he did probably, because we went through edits late in the game that should have been done far earlier in the game. And that's what I learned very quickly was to, okay, trust the artist, give them the direction that they need, but then be willing to accept what they come back with.
Yep.
There were a few times when there's a gentleman, actually I'm happy to talk about this one. There's a guy named Michael Ramanauskas. He does a whole bunch of work for MVP. He's based in Canada. Wonderful guy. And he did a disc. It was a Minotaur theme. And we could not agree on vision whatsoever. And I made the mistake of just kind of forcing my vision into his style. And neither of us were really, looking back, neither of us are super stoked with where it ended because I had way too much input on it. And I kept taking him away from a more simple approach that looked really good. So lots of lessons learned there, but those early partnerships really steered me straight into just saying, okay, yes, I can collaborate with you, but let's pick my spots a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a tough thing because an artist will absolutely have a vision for, you gave them a concept, and a lot of times they almost see something immediately that they want to create. Not always. They have to do a little bit of research and whatnot and get some inspirations. But if the concept itself really speaks to them, likely almost right away they already kind of know what they want to create. Now they'll massage it and go through their process of getting there, but yeah, likely what you're going to get is probably not what you envisioned, and trusting the artist and their vision and what they've done can be tough, but it's like, I'm an artist, so ultimately I think it's the right choice to just sort of trust them, even if it feels a little off, Like I've got a lot of tattoos, and I go to an artist and I give him a concept, and I might give him a couple 2 pieces of inspiration to where to draw from. But usually when I show up, because he's mapped out the part of my arm that's going to go on, he's trying to, like, I've got a sleeve, so he's like trying to piece it in there. And usually when I come back, it's like, that's not what I like pictured, but I like his style so much that I just trusted it. And we're talking tattoos here, and you're talking discs, but it's like, never once have I looked back and been like, damn it, I wish I would have like pushed back. It's like, you just trust them. And at first it's kind of like, it's not what I saw, but in the end it's like, but at the end it's always cool. It's like, just kind of like let him have their vision. Cause especially if you're liking their style to start with, I would imagine just being like, it's their style, it's their thing. We just need to trust it. So, but
Actually, now that I think about the first design, I had such trouble explaining to Marm what I wanted. I gave him the concept and he's like, do you mean this? Do you mean this? It's like, not really. I ended up grabbing a paper plate and drawing the composition really poorly I was like, hey, this is the composition I'm thinking.
Yeah.
The general composition, here's some details that were really shitty drawings, let's face it. And that's kind of what got the ball rolling, where we could finally do it. And now we're talking about a round canvas, which is awkward and nothing like skin. Skin's crazy.
Yeah. But that can be enough. I mean, I would say most artists or creatives don't need a lot. They just generally want to know what direction you want to go. And then if they also can trust and know that you just want them to go for it, then they'll just go for it.
Yeah.
So, and then developing those relationships, how has that been? Because you mentioned, like, we know about Marmoset. For some reason that sounded wrong, but but you mentioned that you work with like up to like 10 artists now. So how's the relationship with multiple artists going?
They come in, they go out. I love working with artists. My mom was an artist. She's still around. There's no was here. She did commercial art back in the day, a lot of graphic design. And then in the 90s, once the computers hit, she wasn't so stoked on that. So now she just does some general art. So I have a lot of experience with artists, just seeing what she's done, and that probably helped me understand the work that goes into some of these projects and the need to compensate fairly. I forget what the actual question was. Sorry, I got off track there.
How you went? Well, I think it's like from like you have like 10 or so artists now, and they come in and then go out.
Yeah.
But just those relationships and how is it working with them? Obviously, you just explained like you're kind of getting started with artists, but how is it now? You've been doing it for a while with them.
There's a lot of guys we just trust.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys we trust. I think there's only been one situation where we let some art pass through that shouldn't have gotten passed through. Whether it was copied, plagiarized, you name it, however you want to describe it. We still aren't positive, but it's hard to catch everything.
Sure.
So for us, it's really important to start those relationships out early with trust and seeing their process, understanding their process, so that you know that when you see the final piece, you're like, okay, no, that was them.
Yeah,
that was them.
Right.
But in the same vein, I mean, you just treat them with respect.
Yeah.
Be super curious about what they're doing. I have a passion for this stuff, right? It's not hard for me to act like I care. It's fun. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no pretending.
Right.
It's genuine. And I think stepping back from everything, that's what makes DFX special. It's just genuine. We aren't trying to be the biggest retailer in disc golf. That's not our spot. That never has been the goal. I think, earlier on you asked a little bit about the business model. That's not really something that I talk about much because we try to focus on the experience of the customer, whether it's in person, whether it's online, whether it's through ordering, emails, everything. That's what we're focused on. That's all we care about.
Love it.
So it's not, hey, how do we get the next 10,000 discs sold?
Yeah.
If our following grows well enough, it'll happen. If we're doing what we're supposed to do to take care of the community, to take care of the game, then it'll happen.
Right.
And if we don't, well, it probably won't.
Right.
Right? So reverting back to the artist, it's all about taking care of people.
Yep.
Now, we did quickly get a reputation, right? I mean, when we do a project with one or two artists, maybe they're getting paid a little bit more than what they're used to. They're happy with the partnership, whether it's finance-based, whether it's partnership-based, whether it's the result. Their experience was good.
Yeah.
Right. So they want to
do it again.
Tell their friends about it. They certainly want to do another one.
Yeah,
absolutely. One of the best ideas I think I had early on, still not sure. We did a series of mythological creatures, and I made it a point to do one canvas per artist. And the goal was to do 6 different canvases, 6 different artists, get their take on whatever the subject matter was. And I thought that was it. Looking back, that was a great idea because it didn't lock us into just working with one person. It allowed us to explore those other partnerships, get to know other people in the industry. There's a lot of people in disc golf that are doing fantastic things. for when we entered the scene, the feedback I got from the artists was that it was just a fresh, different approach. It was a different approach. We focus on the relationship.
Yeah.
I say we. I mean, a lot of it is me.
Yeah.
I sacrifice a lot of success for the sake of the relationship. Right? Like we could go out and try to sell. I mean, shoot, what did Infinite OTB do last year? Who knows?
I don't know.
Probably 1 million discs.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to do that. But at what cost?
Sure.
At
Yeah.
what cost?
So how did this evolve? Like, did you do like 50 discs at a time? Like, what was your first run?
Okay. So I'm going to say 2017. 2017 probably is when I started buying a couple discs. And when I say that, that's quite literally it. So at that point in time, my wife and I had been married for about 3 years. We were a young married couple. We had a mortgage. We had some student debt. We have all the stuff that everybody has, right? And we had jobs that didn't pay super well. So we had split funds. We had $25 a week for whatever the hell we wanted to do. I don't know what she did with hers.
Yeah.
I bought Frisbees. And then I sold Frisbees.
Yeah.
So at the time, I think, let's see, Germ had his Thunderbirds.
Yep.
I'd buy some Thunderbirds, sell a couple lookers that I wasn't going to throw. I wasn't good enough to throw them anyway at that point, but kept one in the bag, sold the good looking ones.
Yep. Okay.
If I had 2 discs, sold enough, now I have 3 discs.
Okay.
Right? And I had like $25 a week. I was bringing my lunch to work. I was eating cans of soup because why not? I'd rather have a Frisbee.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I didn't expect it to get out of control, but it did. Let's face it. So after, I'm going to say 5-6 months, I don't know what it was anymore,
Yep.
of just kind of doing the casual, buy a few, sell a few thing. I think I had about $1,000 in the account. And that's when I learned about Discs Unlimited down in Harrington. And I called them up, said, hey, would you let me come down and shop wholesale and just have fun for a few hours? She's like, yeah, we could let you do that.
Okay.
I was like, all right, cool. I wasn't sure if you'd let me in. Like, I wasn't sure what type of shop it was.
Yeah.
It's an awesome shop. It's a trap, is what it is. You go down there, don't bring the wallet.
Okay.
You walk in there, they have every brand under the sun, obviously. At the time, we were more focused on. That's when I was getting into MVP.
Okay.
So end of 2017, early 18, I think is where we're at there. I had $1,000. It was actually $1,100 because I remember looking at the PayPal, looking at the bank account, thinking, okay, this is how much money I have to spend. I'm just going to go buy as much crap as I can. And I picked over Discraft, Innova, MVP, anything they had in that warehouse. They probably, at the time, had 30,000 discs that were available to pick over.
Okay.
Not to mention all the other backstock of, I mean, I think they have a whole lot of Millennium down there. They had a whole lot of, let's see, it was 2018. That's when Macbeth went to Discraft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because
They had-
2019 was his big year, right?
Yeah. So the first time I went down there, I grabbed a stack of 12, what eventually became the Luna, right? Those prototypes. I can't believe I sold the damn things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I grabbed a stack of those and a whole bunch of other stuff. Spent like $1,100. It was gone. Everything was gone. We're like, all right,
Wow.
well, guess I'm gonna go sell them now.
Dang.
So I took that, probably 110 discs, 120 discs, put them in the trunk, drove 3 hours home. I'd driven 3 hours down that morning, looked at stuff. It probably took me 3.5 hours to look through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drove 3 hours back. I was wiped. And then eventually started selling that stuff.
So were you looking particularly for like rare stuff, or like you had?
No,
you had
that was
like
all stock stuff. It was all stock stuff.
Did you have a sense at that point of like the type of disc that would sell well? Is like that what you're?
You kind of have an idea, right? I mean, by selling in the Facebook Marketplace back then, like you knew what colors were good, what molds were semi-popular, and what pros would move. But being an MVP, it was tough. Like at that point, it's like, man, just go buy some swirly stuff and pray it works out. If I could go back in time, if I had, man, guys, they had 300 4-time zones.
Yeah.
All the color shift, green, black, crazy ones.
Yeah.
They had all the buzzes you could imagine. It was, and they were like $15. They're,
Yeah.
I guess $18 retailer,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just sitting there, no limit. I could have just swooped them all up. What a silly mistake.
Didn't know.
I think you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it worked out, right?
Yeah.
So I just kept that machine going, right?
Okay.
So I had $1,100, slowly moved that stuff, get up to like $1,400, $1,500. There's no margins in disc golf, right?
Yeah.
We're not selling discs for $50 here. We're selling them for $20.
Yeah.
Paying to ship them, and then hoping you make a few. So I kept working hard, and when I got up to 2,000, and I did the math. I was like, okay, I have enough money to go do a custom run with MVP because the minimum was 150 discs at that time.
Yeah.
To do 3 color prints, right? And that's the day I reach out to Marm, say, hey man, here's the rub. This is what I want to do. I love your style of art. Would you be interested in this? And he said, the first question he said was, where'd you see my art?
Yeah. That's my next question.
Yeah. He had done one collaboration with MVP.
Oh, okay.
He did one collaboration with them, and he's been in disc golf art for, oh man, I should have asked him before I came here tonight.
Yeah.
Decades.
Okay.
Decades.
Okay.
He had some Wizards. He had some old stuff with Innova. He's worked with essentially every brand.
Okay.
I think I might be speaking of.
So was there like a disc that he had done that you were like, this is probably one of the coolest
There
discs
was
I've ever seen? That's how you found them,
There
or-
was an Axiom Tenacity special edition. They every year, Axiom, which is part of MVP, right, would have an artist edition.
Yeah.
That's kind of gone by the wayside. Now they just have like 4 every month. So they had these Tenacities. It was just a fish fighting its way, just wrapping around the disc. So what I saw on the disc, what I saw on the design was his ability to have an awesome composition. The line work was great. I could tell that it wasn't. I mean, now AI slops everywhere, right? I could tell that a person had created it. I knew it was legitimate.
Yeah.
So I looked at that, I looked at some of the other stuff, and that's where the conversation stemmed. That's where it started.
Okay.
And I said, all right, here's the situation. I was straight up with him. I said, this is how much money I have right now. We'll take as many pre-orders as we can,
Yep.
and then we'll see how many we order. So we open up pre-order. Rules were a little bit different back then. The manufacturers have tightened things down. So we were able to offer a pre-order.
Is this back when you were DFDX?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We were able to offer a pre-order to customers, and obviously they aren't picking colors. They aren't picking anything besides disc weight class.
Right.
Right? So Plasma Envy, 175 grams. At the time, that Envy was, I mean, obviously it was hot back then. The Plasma Envy was it at the time. For some reason, everybody wanted them. And now, nobody wants those things now. It's crazy. Some of my most prized possessions, I'm going to have forever. Nobody wants them. I want them.
Okay.
That shimmery metallic blend is what they did.
Yeah.
So we dropped the pre-order, and I think we sold, it was 110 discs. I was stoked.
Yeah.
I was amped.
Wasn't zero.
It wasn't
Yeah.
zero. It wasn't zero.
Yeah.
Well, and again, we were in a situation where we hadn't put any money up to MVP yet. Obviously, I'd committed money to the artist, but
Just in pre-orders, 110.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we knew that, okay, 150 is the minimum. We can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he tried to convince me. He said, dude, I'm telling you, you can sell double. Whatever you just sold in pre-order, you will definitely sell the same amount once you have them in your hands. I was like, I get it, but I have $2,000.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
I'm not putting this on a credit card. These are Frisbees.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to do that. So I went ahead and went for 200. I was like, all right, if we do 200, my cost per disc is going to be a little bit lower anyway. I justified it in my head any way I could,
Yeah.
right, to
Yeah.
make sure that we got it done. Discs showed up. They looked fantastic. And in that run, we had asked them to do, I said, hey, will you stamp 3 discs with just 3 gold holographic foils, right? And they said, really? I said, yeah, just 3. And at the time, they said yes. That policy would quickly change. I mean, MVP has blown up, right?
Yeah.
They're not in a position to switch out foils anymore. It's
Just do a little custom. Yeah.
right. But back then, 200 discs was probably a lot.
Yeah.
So they showed up, they looked fantastic, and then we had those 3 discs. That's the first time I auctioned a disc. And the triple gold disc went for $100. It's like, holy crap. Like,
Yeah.
what did we do here? Like,
Yeah.
what just happened? What just
you
happened?
made
Why did
something
somebody just pay
special.
$100 for that?
You made something special.
Right. Well, complete accident, happy accident.
Yeah.
So auctioned the one. We put one out randomly in pre-orders, and then one stayed with me. Like, I just want to keep one.
Got
It's
it.
the first disc. I don't care. I'm keeping one.
You still got it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I should have brought that.
You should have brought it.
I should have brought that. So yeah, that one sold, and then one guy in Oklahoma actually ended up buying 2 of them. So he bought the one at auction, then he found the other one. And then he sat on them. He's like, guys, go away. Nobody else can have these. These are mine. Don't ask.
Okay.
The answer will be no.
Okay.
So, we sell 111 in pre-order, something like that, maybe 115. We have 80 discs left over, and naturally, they're the colors that aren't great, right? We have some greens, we got some oranges, purples that people might not like so much. It's like, all right, we'll see how these actually sell. Posted them, sold out instantly. It's like, shit,
Whoa.
we should have bought 300. Like, right?
You don't know.
Yeah, we know now.
Yeah.
We know now. So this is where, again, I have a job at this time.
Right.
So
yeah.
this is where it gets a little bit off the rails. I told you I took $1,000 or $1,100 down to Discs Unlimited, right? Like, take all my money. I don't care.
Yep.
I'll find a way to sell them. I got this. Did the same thing with that $2,000 order. So I ran the numbers, and on the next disc, I was like, well, I can afford 220 of them. So order 220.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what the pre-order was then. I was like, no, we're sending it. We're going all in on this.
Okay.
And from then on, this is 2019 now, we went all in on every single release.
Wow.
Every single release. Didn't care. And then pandemic hits, right?
Yeah.
Shit goes sideways, and I go all in again. This was 6 pallets of product.
Okay.
So, and that was stock product. That was blanks. Like, that was stuff that
Yeah.
there was a time when you couldn't really get custom stamp stuff because they didn't have the labor. Heck, Michigan was shut down for a month, right? So they weren't even allowed to manufacture discs for a month. It's like,
Yeah.
how do you stay alive? So that's when it just snowballed and snowballed and snowballed. Yeah, my wife came home from work and saw the 6 pallets in the garage.
In the garage.
She didn't say a thing.
Your money.
She didn't say a thing about it. Actually, the only time she's ever questioned anything was after we moved out of the basement, and it took her 8 months. It was actually around this time last year. It was before Thanksgiving, though. And I was sitting, I think, at our kitchen table or something. And she comes up and she says, I've been meaning to ask you, are the rest of the discs in the basement, are those your collection? It's like 50 boxes down there.
There's like 6 pallets
like,
in the basement now.
Maybe. Some of it. Maybe. She's like, okay. She was actually the one that convinced me to do it full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So these were 50 more boxes of custom stamped discs.
Oh, no, well, no.
No, just-
my stuff. So I keep a few of every design that we did.
Oh, I
I
see.
used to keep a lot more in the interest of, when someone new came along, I want to make sure I have something in the stash to pass out.
Yeah.
That ended quickly, obviously. But no, I bought all sorts of crap. All sorts of crap. Sexton Firebirds.
Yeah.
Macbeth stuff for sure.
You were just hustling.
First run cast. I just kept it.
Okay.
I'd buy it and keep it.
Okay. Yeah.
If it went into the basement, it disappeared.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
so
thought
yeah,
this
I
was
have a
like
lot of fun
inventory or
stuff.
something. Okay. Yeah.
No, it's still unfortunately partially a mess.
Yeah. You're not the only one in this
Yeah.
world / industries / hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sort of the rarity where every disc I own is in the back of my car. Like, I don't have that many. I have like 45 discs.
I thought he was
in
going to say
total.
like 200. Like, just 200 in the back of my truck.
No, I have like 45. And then, some of them are my boys. Some of them are just like, I don't even know if I'm going to throw them. So I'll probably go trade them in, which everyone gets mad about.
Are they old stuff?
No, it's like whatever. Just like buy them or get them somehow. And I just I don't really like it. I'm not going to throw it. And I don't like this just sitting there. So either, I'm giving them away or I'm trading them in and getting someone else. But but okay. So you've got 50 boxes of discs
Allegedly.
in your basement. Your wife's looking around going, what? He's doing a pretty good job with whatever this is.
Well, this
and then
was
you
ju-
should do it full time or
No,
like
no.
how does how does it transition to full
It
time?
came to a point where I had, so I had a basement office, 15 by 15 feet, so 200 square feet. I did all my day job stuff there. Took a bunch of conference calls, all the boring shit, right?
Yeah.
So over time, I would have the rack of discs right here, and it started like the back of your car, just a couple boxes, no big deal.
Yep.
Then we get to, we're rewinding the clock back to 2019 again here, because we started buying some stock product. Originally, we were just custom.
Okay.
But there's only so much product that you can buy custom. Some of the stuff they only sold as stock product.
Oh, okay.
So you get what you can get. And again, it all stemmed from me having a fun problem with disc golf. I
Yeah.
just love the disc, right?
Yeah.
So the rack slowly grew, and we're talking just these Lowe's racks, the 6 shelvers,
Yep.
the steel ones. It just so happens that you can fit 5 boxes of discs, and it just fits like a glove on one shelf. It's like, all right, we're going with that. That's perfect. Take up as little space as possible.
Yeah.
Don't need to fill the whole house with them.
Yep.
And then eventually, it went from 1 rack to 2 racks, added a 3rd rack, and I think this would have been around Black Friday 2020 is when it really just got out of hand. I remember sitting in my basement taking pictures of discs, and we probably had double length of this table, so probably 24 feet of disc.
Yeah.
It was probably only about 3 feet wide. So we had, I think it was 3 stacks, but then just filled.
Yeah.
Because I had to process everything that came in from MVP. I was processing this stuff in October for Black Friday. I didn't have employees. I was still working my day job.
Yeah.
I was literally just surrounded in my basement by stacks of plastic up to here, just taking pictures with an iPhone.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a camera with an SD card. I was just doing it the dumbest manual way possible.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
Right.
So going into Black Friday, that was a crazy timeline, right? Nobody could get plastic. So that's what really helped us kind of catapult ourselves into maybe this could be real. Maybe I could do this. So Black Friday, of course, anything I bought from a manufacturer was guaranteed to sell. It didn't matter if it was an overstable 15 speed or the perfect throwing putter. They're all going to sell.
Okay.
Because nobody could get plastic.
Are you talking about COVID?
Yeah.
Or okay.
The very start, the 2020.
You said Black Friday.
Oh yeah, Black Friday of 2020 though. So
okay.
So we'd been in this
I
mess
see,
for
I
what,
see.
6 months,
That's
8 months?
right. That's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Heck, maybe almost a year at that point.
Yeah, I see.
Sorry. Yeah.
Everyone is fully addicted now.
I get off track very quickly.
No, we're
No, but I know what you mean. Like everything was selling instantly. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. It helped that our custom program was pretty solid. Nobody had been trying to put foil on a disc the way we were asking the manufacturer to. Mostly MVP at that time. Like Discraft did a few things for us, but it was mostly MVP. You know, MVP has always been a tight knit community, and I think that's probably why it worked so well at the beginning. Is because we were a part of that community.
Yep.
As it was. You know, it was genuine. I love their product. It's just a fun product.
Yeah.
And I wasn't good enough to tell you at the time whether a T-Bird was better than a Boca or anything like that. It
Yeah.
didn't matter at that point.
Yeah.
Wasn't good enough to tell you.
Just throwing whatever
Just
whatever
throwing
looked
whatever I
good and
could.
felt good, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
felt right.
And you just kind of liked MVP in general, and then
Yeah, there was a disc. Zachary Kelbaugh. He's based out of Texas. Sam Design. He's been in design for ages. He had a plasma Envy Owl. I think it was Allenstein. It's a sick 3-color that they put out for Halloween in 2017, maybe 2018.
okay.
It was 17. And that was the disc that I was like, all right, I need one of those. And at that point, I was still, cheap as shit. I have $1,000 in the bank account, right? I think the MSRP on those was like $27 shipped. I was like, oh, that's a lot of money for a disc. What am I doing?
Yeah, that's stock price now.
Now,
Yeah.
now it's stock price.
Insane.
Yeah. The shipping prices go up, plastic prices go up.
Yeah, before you know it, I'm paying almost $40 for one Frisbee.
Simon Protos,
Yeah.
those time lapses.
Yeah. Any signature disc, honestly.
I couldn't believe when they dropped those at $40.
Yeah.
I totally understood why they said limit 10 no matter who you are. Like Danny over at OTB, here's your 10, good luck. Don, here's 10, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The price point, I was like, holy crap, like that's, I don't know, it didn't feel very Simon.
Yeah, but not
Didn't feel
that he had
Simon.
it.
He's just such a people,
Yeah.
he's for the people.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I mean, like to a certain degree, though, I think like pricing it correctly is a way to make it fair. Like in a certain sense.
They could have charged us normal pricing
Yeah.
and said you still get 10. Have fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who am I to question what any decisions they're making?
Yeah, they're doing great. So you did this, you had the 6 pallets in your garage, you've gone full time, COVID, Black Fridays, blowing up, you're selling everything. Like how take us from there to today? And
I
like how
was
the
still working my
business-
other job at that point.
Okay.
Which
You're
made
not
it
even full time.
very complicated. Yeah, I was not full time.
Okay.
Yeah, there were a lot of when those 6 pallets got shipped. There may or may not have been some employees from MVP that were like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you buying this much shit? You're never gonna sell this. Like, you're never gonna get the money back." It's like, yeah, I get it, but if I don't order it, like we were on 13-week timelines to order, ship, receive plastic.
Okay.
Because that was the heat of the pandemic in terms of disc golf. And let's face it, outside, but
What do you mean? Break that down. You had 13 weeks to what?
between ordering and receiving product.
You would order it and you'd have to wait 13 weeks to get it.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That was their backup.
Wow. 2.5 months?
3 months.
3 months.
Full quarter.
Okay.
It was a miracle that we had anything prepared for that Black Friday season. But I knew, I had a corporate job. I was used to planning a little bit, right? We had a whole bunch of projects that utilized labor, travel, and all sorts of goofy shit that we had to have organized well before the event. One thing I noticed in disc golf, and it's still prevalent, sometimes things are thrown together at the last second. And if you're willing to do the planning up front well in advance, you're going to beat a lot of people. I ordered all of our Black Friday product in June. Everything.
Wicked smart.
It worked out.
Yeah.
Right, again, that was the all-in move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the, okay, I like what you're offering on the product. I think they had some glow NVs, glow proxies, and fission photons.
Is this one design?
No,
Okay.
no. I ordered, I think there were 7 designs.
Okay.
So were
that
they
year.
still custom stamping or
Yep.
for you then?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and that's what added to some of the delays, right?
Yeah.
We had to have time on their stamping machines.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're going to put me in front of whatever plans they have.
Yeah.
Like, it's a custom program. It comes last. That's how it should be.
Okay.
So, yeah, we put in the big orders, and fortunately the invoice doesn't come till later down the road. But, yeah, it took me solo processing all those discs. Golly. That might have been 8,000 discs that I had to load.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole house was plastic at that point.
And you're presumably selling and shipping these all out of your house?
Hoping that I was going to sell them and ship them, yeah.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, the reason why we had to order so much was like, all right, if we order now, we'll have it in 13 weeks. But what happens in 18 weeks? So I had to order some designs on an NV, some designs on a proxy, spread it out, make sure we had variety so we weren't just selling the same product over and over and over again, to make sure that we could make the best of the predicament that was the pandemic in disc golf.
Yeah.
You can only get a limited number of molds. They were not, the order forms were not full. They were empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, going into that season was very stressful, very fun. And once Black Friday went well, that season we had a week of just, selling them for $20, working with 4 or 5 different artists. At that time, again, MVP wasn't all that big. We were a very decent chunk of what they did at that time.
Okay.
Now, I say that, we're talking small percentages, but for one shop in the middle of Kansas to do it, when they're based in Michigan, all their following's in Michigan and elsewhere, but the Great Lakes area was kind of where they really took hold.
Yeah. At the time.
It was odd, and it worked out pretty well. I'm trying to think now of the timeline. So in 2020, life changed for me in February. We had our second daughter. I didn't do much of the work. Anna, my wife Anna,
Sure.
Bless her, she's amazing. So Charlotte came into our lives in February. What is that? 3 weeks before shutdown.
Yep.
3 weeks before shutdown. And I was fortunate to take some paternity leave. They gave me 3 weeks. I was like, cool, I'll take it. Took that leave, came back. My times are a little bit messed up here. February 19th is her birthday. So 6 weeks before shutdown. I don't know, man.
doesn't
Now it's all
matter.
hazy. So I got the 3 weeks of paternity leave.
Yeah.
I went back, got back into rhythm, and the third week, we got the call invite on Friday. Everybody did. And, company-wide furlough, we will keep on 55 out of 25,000 people. 55 individuals out of 25,000.
Yeah.
We had a lot of field operations, and our job was inventories in person. So if you shut down everything, what's the point? You can't go out. You can't go out anyway. So they furloughed us, and at that point, I was like, well, shoot, okay, I got to come up with something, because this business is not really built to come back from a pandemic. You don't get 25,000 people to just agree to come back to that type of job. It was not a fun job. Not a fun job. Have you guys ever seen the people in grocery stores tapping on keys, counting beans?
What?
Literally counting. Yeah, we were inventory counters. That's what
Okay.
our company was. So
Okay.
they'd go in at 5 a.m. They'd be done at 10. They'd go back in at 6 p.m. Be done at midnight.
Oh,
The
wow.
hours were terrible. The first break somebody could get from that job, never coming back.
Yeah.
Especially if the government's willing to pay you to stay home.
Right.
So
Yep.
I thought there was a lot of risk there.
Yep.
At the time, I was building out an operations team for a warehouse manufacturing group. So it was our vertical was fine, right? We were gonna have business for days, no matter what. But the retail side was just ugly.
Yeah.
So that's when, I got 11 weeks of wonderful extra time with Charlotte at home.
Sure.
So I had 14 weeks of paternity leave, essentially.
Wow.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. That was lovely of you guys.
Yeah.
But during that time, I kind of tightened the screws a little bit and thought, okay, well, if I'm not going back, I got to have something to bring in a little bit of money here.
Yeah.
Right. So that's when we started our subscription, DFX Limited. It kind of started the same way as the original design. We asked people to sign up. I knew that I had to order a minimum of 150, so I was like, God, please just have enough people.
Yeah.
Please get enough people.
Yeah.
And we ended up ordering, I learned my lesson. We had probably 130 people sign up.
Yes.
So I ordered 250. Like, screw it. No, we're ordering more this time.
Yep.
And I'll keep the extra. I don't care. And the subscription is actually what really powered me to leave that job. It grew slowly but steadily. And then again, we're going into 2021, 2022. James Conrad comes around with MVP. Everything else is happening in MVP as it was, and disc golf as it was. I mean, we were growing, right? So I set my mark. I was like, all right, I need 800 subscribers. It's actually 880. I need 880 subscribers in order to feel comfortable taking the jump and not worrying about whatever happens with my job. So that was the original goal. And it probably took a year and a half to get there. No advertising.
Just word of mouth.
Just word of mouth. You're not on, some social, like.
I've paid for, again, I told you up front, like, I've sacrificed a lot of success for the sake of community.
Right.
And for the sake of being in it, right? I shouldn't tell you this.
You don't have to.
I paid for my first ad 10 days ago.
Oh.
10 days ago.
Dang.
And that was just to advertise our Black Friday box.
Yeah.
And then the second time I did it was to just boost a silly little post so every year for Gyrapalooza,
Yeah, I wanted to
they
ask
send
how
out
that
those
was.
boxes.
Yeah.
So again, we like to have fun.
Yeah.
Last year, we built a giant throne, like 12 feet tall,
Okay.
of boxes. Posted it in all the social groups, had fun with it.
Yeah.
OTB comes back and posts this it was madness, a full igloo, like a whole room. Yeah.
okay.
Oh, they had like 3,000 of these boxes. They
Yeah.
just went ham. They have 10 people. Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
So the second time I did it was boosting our post, challenging OTB to another version this year. So it's just goofy shit, right?
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
But again, that's what we thrive on. That's what we love doing anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, the subscription started. It was all word of mouth, but really, we just kind of let it grow.
Yeah.
Let it grow as it wanted to. I forget how long it now took to get up to that 800 number. Eventually, we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're still doing all right. Would I love to have 3 times the subscribers? Sure, that'd be great. It's going to take a lot of work, though. So, man, timelines, again, it's just so hazy. With the way the world changed with the pandemic, like, I stayed, outside of disc golf, I stayed inside for like 2.5 years. Like, we didn't talk to our friends as much. We didn't do anything it took us a long time for our household to get back to a normal. Probably longer than it should have taken. So it came to a point, let's see, I think it was like probably March or April of, was that 22? We're going to assume, let's just say
A couple
it's
years
22.
after doing this.
I have no clue anymore, I mean, I was doing all of this stuff after hours. I'd do my job. I'd wake up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, so
go down.
still full
I'd
time.
pack my orders.
Yeah.
I'd be ready for conference calls at 7. when everybody else got on at 8. Like I was ready for whatever the hell happened. I'd do 7 to 5:30 or whatever it needed to be, and then as soon as I'd try to take a break at like 3:30 every day because I'd have to get the mail out.
Yeah.
So if I could
Gotta do
scoot
the
away
mail
to
run.
the post office to make sure I'm not getting nasty feedback posts saying, oh, this
Yeah.
guy doesn't even ship a disc, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Got that routine going.
Yeah.
And then at 5:30, shut it down, walk upstairs. I have something as well, huh?
Just a light. It's fine.
Is that what it was?
It's dead. It's good.
I went back up, did the family stuff, then crashed. Because there's no other time in the day. Mm-hmm. No other time in the day. But it got to a point where I was spending so much time doing that outside of normal hours that Anna was like, dude, maybe you could pick one.
Yeah, right.
I was like, okay.
I'm sure you would have liked to pick one at that point.
2 kids, a wife, mortgage, car loans.
It's
Yeah, I'd love to, but it's like, holy crap, am I really going to jump from a pretty steady job? I'd been with that company for 12 years. Mm-hmm. Am I really going to jump into disc golf? It's a complete unknown.
Yeah.
It's booming really hard right now. In this instant, it's booming really hard.
Yeah. But
Where are we going to be in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? What the heck is going to happen?
you're a realist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am a major optimist in life, but
Yeah. You have that
when it
presence,
comes to that sort of situation, I'm not. I'm not a huge risk taker.
Yeah.
So it was actually Anna who followed up her statement with, "Hey, I'd like you to choose one. I'd like it to be disc golf."
Okay.
Yeah.
So she encouraged the decision. I was like, "Okay, well, cool." So it wasn't an instantaneous thing.
No. Yeah.
There was a project I had to travel to down in Texas, which is really what pulled the linchpin. It was a cosmetics warehouse, 700,000 square feet. God knows how many dollars, how many pieces, but we were counting lipstick. We were counting all that stupid shit. All of it. And it was set up to be a 5-day project. So I was the operations lead. It was my job to develop strategy for flow plans, for everything. So we had an immense amount of planning. Everything was going fine. It was fine. It was good. It was fine. And then like the third day, 3 shifts a day, right? Around the clock, because they don't want to shut down their warehouse for any longer than they have to. It's cost them, I forget how many millions of dollars they said it cost them each day. It was a lot of money. I'm not sure if I believe them, but
It's wild.
in the past now. I come in for third shift on the third day, and their operations lead had made some crazy decisions which put the whole inventory at risk. The whole damn thing. Just moving product where it shouldn't be moved. There's a lot of intricacies with completing a physical count that nobody would ever think about. But one major thing is like, you got to know where that product is, right?
Yep.
Say if your bin item accuracy is off, it's fucked. We're done. Well, there's no point in continuing. Well, he had moved a bunch of stuff around, and we had no way of knowing what he moved. And I said, man, I forget his name now. I was like, hey, that's kind of it. We're going to have to rerun all the variances for all those aisles you just touched. This is going to cost us at least an extra day. He said, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I said, hey, man, there's a reason we had all these flow plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that very moment, I knew the inventory was going to blow up. It was definitely going to hell in a handbasket real quick. To the point that we had to get programming on the line to alter the reports that we had created for them to fit this special situation. Kind of like some of the situations you were talking about earlier, like, hey, we have an emergency situation, fix it right now. Right?
So is that just you're thinking, I don't want to be doing this? Is that where this is?
Oh, it got there.
Yeah.
It definitely got there. So this was in the outskirts of like Fort Worth. And if you guys have been down to Texas, they have these farm roads that lead into town. And the fourth day, I'm driving in, and we're passing a legitimate just small town or small family farms of all sorts. But it's people who are just doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's an alpaca farm. Good for you. Like preserves, fruit farms, everything that you can imagine. But everybody I'm passing, every single fucking farm, I'm just thinking, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
I walked in knowing that I was going to quit 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Absolutely knew it. Absolutely
They
knew it.
were doing their thing, they were surviving and doing fine.
It was the most stressful warehouse environment I've probably been in. I didn't care. I was good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much stress there was, because I knew that we did our part. We're going to continue doing our part. And in 3 weeks, I don't give a shit. I'm out. I'm done.
Okay.
So I worked a double that day at least, just to try and wrangle everybody. I mean, we had a crew of 100 plus. They had a crew of 100 plus, trying to keep all those wheels moving all at the same time. It's crazy. But it was stress-free, even though it was just the worst moment in the world.
Because you already knew.
Oh man, my boss was going to have my ass. I knew for a fact. We did what we were supposed to do. We did everything we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So got through it, woke up the next day, made the same drive, enjoyed the hell out of it. Sunrise, it was a beautiful moment. Like, silly little Midwest boy. Like, we love the plains, right? Drive through
The Flint Hills.
the Flint Hills down to Wichita, yeah. Same type of feeling. Like, I was driving in at sunrise and just seeing all of this stuff that, this is a small-time enterprise.
Yeah.
Small-time stuff. But they're all doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
And that was the trigger point. So wrapped that project, got the hell out of Texas, came home. I think 3 days later, I had my notice turned in.
Wow.
And that's when I moved. So at this point, I told you about the office and having the 3 racks.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, it had gotten a lot worse. So I was taking these conference calls from the same desk, 15 by 15 foot room, right? I'm backed up against the fireplace because apparently every house in Overland Park needs a fireplace in the basement. I don't know. Who knows? The 1980 stuff, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what they were thinking when they built them? So I had 3,000 discs right there. I had 3,000 discs right here.
Holy smokes.
And the camera was just pointed right here. So any other angle, and they would realize they're in a disc warehouse right now.
Oh my god.
A carpeted disc warehouse.
6,000 discs. Is that what you said?
It got worse. Because in front of my desk, I had to put more discs in. I had 10,000 at that point.
Holy smokes.
So my desk was literally behind 2 racks. So I couldn't even see out my office.
10,000 discs in your basement.
Yeah, it got worse. It got worse. Because James Conrad threw that shot with the Envy.
Yeah. And the Envy blew up.
Yeah.
All right.
That was actually kind of beforehand. That was a
You were
crazy
ready
day.
to sell them all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got lucky that day. I was actually on the World Championships were wild that year.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
I always remember them being kind of like weird. It felt, the whole World Championships felt weird to me. And then that happened and it was like so insane.
See, the way that played out, I had an irrational hope for Conrad to win because he had been on lead car to Worlds like the 2 years prior. Like he always found a way to just be there.
Yeah.
He didn't win either of those other years, obviously. But I had that irrational hope, like, dude, he's just going to pop off. He's going to win it. I remember thinking on the 3rd day, he dropped down to like 5th place. I'm like, no, that's a good thing for him. He doesn't need to be on fucking lead cam.
Yeah.
He doesn't want those cameras.
Yeah.
He drops in an ace on 16 or whatever it was. And then final round happens, and it's that super biased. I've only been in the game for a decade, right? That final round was a horse race.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see a final round like that at Worlds for a damn long time.
Yeah. Well, it's the holy shot. I mean, you're not going to see that.
But it was the whole round.
It was.
It wasn't just like
It
Macbeth
was.
put so much pressure on him and KJ that whole round.
Yeah.
Every single putt. And then the one time you thought, okay, Paul's going to he's going to drop a shot here. He had that 60-footer. I'm going to say it's on 13 or 14, like over this log with a creek behind. And he just cashes it.
Yep.
Casual cash job from like 55, 60 feet. I'm like,
Yep.
how do you beat the guy? And they all went toe to toe that whole way, right?
Yep.
Then KJ on 16, KJ in hole 16's anywhere. I think it happened at Portland, and it happened to him there at Worlds, just shit luck. Like it all fell apart for the guy.
Yeah.
But that whole way, it was Conrad, it was Macbeth, birdieing fucking everything.
Yep.
Were you like pulling up the custom order form and like, I need to get some more envies? Like,
Oh no! So I was watching, of course, final day. I'm sitting there with my wife on the couch, and I think, let's see, was it late in the day?
yeah,
it was
Let's
in
back
Ogden,
up.
Utah.
You're on the couch watching final round with your wife. I just want
Yeah.
to make sure that was said clearly.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
that's a rarity.
yeah.
Oh, well, at that point, she had seen me all weekend, like from Wednesday on. Like that's it. That's what it was about.
She also has 60,000 discs in her basement.
She didn't know it at that time. There's probably only, I don't know how many at that time. No clue at that time.
Yeah.
So we're watching, and 17 happens. Like, I think Conrad makes a putt from probably 25 feet, but it felt like a mile.
Needed it.
Had to have it.
Yeah.
Had to have it. And I think Macbeth was probably parked for a bird. I forget what the situation was. Obviously, Conrad was going to go into 18 one down, or one behind. And did he have the pad? Did he huck it right into that tree? I remember being super salty at Macbeth, who's one of my favorite players.
It feels right. It feels like
I think James
Conrad
had the tee.
had the tee. He hit that, and everybody was like,
The wind,
Macbeth
dude.
just won.
Wind
Because
out of my
then
sails.
when Macbeth threw his tee shot, it was like prime.
I was so pissed off. I was so salty in that moment because he throws the perfect drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's 50-50 out of bounds. That thing skips to the line on dirt and gravel and magically just stops right there.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, how the hell does that stay in? Like, give me a
Rings,
break
baby,
here.
rings.
Exactly. So then Conrad, he hits a tree. Like, that's it. Like, so I was dejected as hell. I walk off and I'd probably go grab a beer or something. I don't even know. And I walk back, and Paul had laid up. 'Cause Paul lays up. Why not? You're going to win your next world title. Good to go here. And then James, I hear Ian Anderson, who, that Central Coast stuff, oh my gosh, that's half of what got me into disc golf for sure.
Yeah.
At least watching the Pro Tour. But his call, I remember him stating in the live feed, there's Conrad with that envy again. And there was something about that moment. I mean, obviously there was something about that moment looking back. But he just rips it on that Annie, and it was what an unbelievable moment, right?
Yeah.
Changed
So,
the disc golf world.
That's when I had been talking with Steve Holloway in chat. He was the MVP marketing manager at that time. And that shot goes in. I should have pulled up the exact chat, but I think the word was, holy shit, I'm going to sell so many envies. And he responded with, holy shit, I'm going to sell so many envies.
Yeah. And they did.
And they did.
And they did.
Well, and it led to that moment where they dropped that pre-order, and nobody could get it for 6 or 8 weeks. Everybody was super pissed off about it. We did more sales that day than any other day in history.
Wow.
And it was on baseline plastic. The SEO gods kissed us on the face that day. We somehow hit the #1 spot on Google. So anybody who was looking for an Envy was coming to us.
Wow.
And I kept emailing or chatting with Steve saying, hey, how many can I buy? He said, dude, it's unlimited. I said, okay, I've sold 300. Can I buy more? Because at the time, like, there were limits. They only had so many machines.
Yeah.
And he kept saying yes. I was like, okay, are you going to tell me no at any certain number? He said, just let me know what the number is.
Yeah.
I said, okay. The last number I mentioned to him was 2,000. I said, Steve, can I buy 2,000? He said, you can buy 2,000.
Wow.
I said, okay, Steve, I'm going to buy 2,500 of these things. He said, you're really going to buy? I said, yeah, they're already sold.
Wow.
Through pre-orders or what?
In one day.
So that was the like yellow.
One day. The yellow and blue ones.
Okay. Yeah.
I kept a box of them sealed.
These are stock Envies, not custom
They were
design.
the world championship replica.
Ah.
So they were replicating that yellow and blue
Okay.
Envy that he threw.
Yeah.
So, a lot of ours were sold in pre-order. I think we had a couple hundred left over just because I thought, hell, we need these.
Yeah.
And then release date hits and nobody can sell a damn thing. Because anybody who wanted one already picked up in pre-order.
Yeah.
So it was actually a rough day for everybody in disc golf because everybody's so hyped on this thing. Everybody thinks they're going to sell a couple hundred of these on release day. Well, everybody had already pre-ordered whatever they're going to pre-order. People bought 10, 20 of those things.
Wow. I have a funny story about an Envy. I don't throw them. I never have. I've never actually purchased one. But I was at our local course, Heritage, and I think it was before League. It was a Tuesday evening League at Heritage. And I'm just like getting warmed up. So you just play like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you kind of jump to like 9, 10, 17, 18 or something just to kind of like do a quick little warm-up round. And I found an Envy on like hole 4 or 5. And I was like, oh, okay, like I've always been meaning to like throw one. So then I think I threw one off the tee just as part of the warm-up just to like get a feel for what an Envy is. And I was like, oh, it's actually more overstable than I thought. Like I'm having all these whatevers. And then I get to hole 17. If you played Heritage, you know this shot. It's actually a little left to right Annie turnover. It's short though. It's like 200 feet. And I aced it. And I was like, well, that's hilarious. That is amazing. And then I went up there and I put it in the return bin and that was it. But I was just like, wow, my first time ever.
You returned it?
Well, yeah.
Did it have ink on it?
Yeah, it had a name.
Oh, man.
Had a name on it. So
Did
I got
you tell him the story? I
don't reach out. I just put it in the bin.
That would have been classic.
I know. I just was like, well, that's hilarious. I literally have never thrown an Envy since then. So I aced hole 17 and then I just turned it in.
Never threw it ever again?
No.
I've never heard anybody like acing with a found disc that is not
They
there.
found that day on that course. Yeah.
Fun fact, that is the first hole I ever aced.
17 at Heritage?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was with a Mega Light Latitude 64 Saint.
There you go.
It was like an old recycled one. I had no arm at the time.
Driver. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was like an 8-speed. Yeah, I was throwing an 8-speed 220 feet downhill. Absolutely. Yeah, that was early on.
But I just thought that was awesome. But yeah, Envies blew up for sure. Even people who don't play disc golf or whatever are just like, oh yeah, like an Envy, right? That's like the #1 disc in disc golf. Yeah. I'm like, I guess.
I never got it outside of the disc golf circles. Anybody I talked to outside of disc golf.
I remember my brother-in-law saying it. Like he played here and there or whatever, but he was like, everybody just heard about the shot.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Oh, the coverage it created. Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't insane. Well, and for disc golf, like, it was the moment in the year. Like, we magically just had all the attention already on the sport. It was the biggest world championships that anybody had really, like, the production was there. You had bleachers lining 18.
Right.
Again, I've only seen it for a decade. I don't remember seeing that before. Now we've had the European version. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But it was like the year, the moment, and the industry couldn't have planned it any better.
No.
So at this point, things are going pretty well then. Where do you get like a custom, where do you make the transition to custom stamp machine that you're doing yourself.
Oh, yeah. So this was in my basement. HOAs hate compressors.
Wait, you bought the machine and put it in your basement?
No, that's we realized we had to move out. Like if
Oh,
we wanted to
okay.
gain control of our custom stamping, which is what we needed to do. We wanted to do that. We wanted more control. We got a little bit frustrated with some of the manufacturers and the limitations they put on themselves,
Yeah.
knowing that their machine was far more powerful than what they were willing to do. Their programs, their rules, totally fair game.
Sure.
But for us to do what we wanted to do, we definitely had to have our own machine.
Well, and I imagine too, just like, create the artwork and we're going. Right?
Yep.
Timeline,
it allows us-
timelines are probably way
Yeah, the
more-
flexibility is great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we aren't waiting 3 months for a shipment for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, most manufacturers will ship next day now. If I need something from Discraft, it's here. If I need Prodigy, it's here yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and
For a few
now
reasons, but-
now you're skipping the stamping process too for them, right? They're just making the disc and shipping it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, and as long as they're on board with what we want to put on the disc, then
You have to run it
everybody's-
by them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do it with MVP. They haven't asked. There's been a few others that have asked, and happily, absolutely.
Okay.
It's their brand. If they don't want to present their brand the way we like to present ourselves, that's fine. It's not a good fit.
I guess that never even crossed my mind. It's interesting.
That is one thing that,
It makes sense. Didn't cross my mind.
in the interest of the relationship, right?
Right.
It's important to me. I want to make sure that Bob up at Discraft
Yeah.
trusts what I'm doing.
Totally.
Trusts that his brand isn't going to get jacked up by me stealing some IP or putting something super inappropriate on a disc.
Yep.
And it's their disc. Now somehow they're connected to it. We don't
Well,
need-
yeah, because people are looking at the stamp like, what the hell? They're flipping that thing right over
Discraft
and seeing who
buzz.
made this.
Yep.
Discraft. It's like, well, pause. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. No, we certainly respect every brand's vision. Maybe a little bit too much at times, but that's fine. It's allowed us to grow our talents for one. Thomas Ostaszewski, local disc golfer, MA1, MPO, kind of splits the line there, loves to play MPO when he's really in a groove. And then when he wants to have more fun, he'll back off to MA1, smash people. He's one of those guys that will throw it 300 feet straight, use Axiom Crave every single tee shot.
That's my disc. Yeah.
Dude, it's punishing. It's relentless. He doesn't throw as far as a lot of guys, but he'll stick with them because he's not going to drop a shot.
Isn't that like a Kevin Babbitt who throws an Origin? He's like a MPO 50 world champ.
Is he?
I don't know.
Might want to fact check me on. I think he just
No, let's let that go. I like that
he
one.
just won. But that's what everybody says about him. It's just like, well, he just throws like straight down the pipe every time. And everyone's like super frustrated.
I have not met Thomas. Started working with me 3 or 4 years ago now. He had hinted, so he helped me pack a few of the subscription discs off and on. He was off on Mondays from his job, and heading towards fall one year, he's like, "Hey man, whenever you need someone full time, let me know." It's like, "Yeah, all right, sounds good." And I think he offered another time, maybe around October. I was like, "Yeah, we could probably consider something like that close, even if it's part time. We could figure something out." And then the next month he comes over. He says, "Hey, I quit my job. I can work full time anytime." I said, "All right, then you're working full time."
Okay.
I said, "All right, let's do it. Fine." And I think it was right before Christmas. He quit. He's like, "Man, I'm done with this crap."
Yeah.
And I think January 2nd was his first day, and he hasn't left.
Dang.
Awesome.
He's the greatest guy. Anybody in Kansas City disc golf, if they've played for a few years, they know Thomas. I can't think of a single person that doesn't like Thomas
Okay.
in the world. He's such a great dude.
That's who you want.
So he helped me with absolutely everything. And now he's taken over hot stamping. So that's his big passion now. And he's probably wanted to kill me at least a dozen times in the last year and a half.
About what?
So one thing about me is that I don't just like walk into something, just send it. Just like buying those 6 pallets. What the hell am I doing here?
Yep.
So we went from the jump. We didn't go single foil. We didn't go 2 color. We went 3 color right off the bat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they were some of the more challenging projects I've seen. And then they just got worse and worse and worse. Harder and harder, not worse and worse. More intense.
Yeah.
I probably pushed the bounds of his brain for a solid year. And of course, we're going into a season where, if we have to pop off 5 designs all at once, hot stamping is a hard thing to learn.
Okay.
It is not a matter of put the disc there, pick your foil, stamp, sunshine, rainbows, butterflies. It's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It is pain.
Okay.
It is pain. Because for some reason, the machine will just do it at once. Sometimes you'll get a dropout that physics just can't really explain, but it's consistent. Or things just get out of line. You can't align anything anymore.
Explain a dropout.
Dropout in foil. So in the stamping process, you have the disc, of course. We're usually looking at TPU plastic, but mix of anything. These foils, not meant for plastic, by the way.
Oh.
It's not their primary use.
Paper? What's it meant?
A lot of paper.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of paper.
Yeah.
Each manufacturer has different formulas, recipes, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you have the disc, and a disc is stamped with a die plate and foil in between. So foil is 5 or 6 layers. Even though it's paper thin, there's layers there, and one of them is adhesion. So you have adhesive on the very back that helps it stick to the disc, but it takes a mixture of heat, pressure, and time to make that thing actually release from the foil roll itself. So you have issues pop up where either the space you're trying to stamp is too wide, and you don't have enough pressure to make it stamp that well across that coverage. You can get air pockets. You can also just have a disc that doesn't want to get stamped. We've seen some...
And not just a disc, a run.
A color and a run.
A color and a run.
Color and a run. We had neutron trails. Have you guys thrown the trail?
A lot of people like the trail.
Gosh, everybody loves it, right?
Loves it.
We had a subscription disc, and the number of misprints that came with it was insane. And they were all pink and purple.
Okay.
And it was strange. I looked in the box like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
And we'd gotten some blanks with that same order. So I put them in Thomas's stack for the next day. I was like, hey, if you see something weird here, let me know. With misprints and whatnot. And sure as shit, those pink ones would not take a foil.
Just
So,
you pressed it, pull it up, it comes
Didn't give
right
a
back
shit.
up.
Didn't give a shit. Like, it would take half of it. It would take enough of it that you think it's good, and then you look at it, you're like, oh my God, the face dropped out, or something obvious. Something that you can't pass along as first quality at all.
And dropped out means it just
Drop out
the
meaning it did
color,
not-
the foil
didn't
design
transfer.
didn't transfer.
Did not transfer
Yeah.
whatsoever. Pinks and purples for some reason.
Weird. Okay.
And like you're doing a triple foil, so that can happen either any one.
Yeah,
of
we knew
those
it from
3
the
times.
get-go, though.
Yeah.
We knew it from the get-go on that,
Yeah.
on those runs.
Okay.
So yeah, there's so many variables
Yeah.
at play.
Yeah.
So now he's been at it 19 months, essentially full time. He still does a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Sure.
But that's been his baby, and it's been the confidence he has on that machine now is fantastic. I think some of the stuff we put out is outpacing anybody in the industry.
Wow.
One of his best qualities in hot stamping is first quality. He's so protective of damn near perfection. To a fault. That's a fault of mine. Like, I should be telling him, dude, those are fine. We're selling those things. But no, that's not it. They have to be aligned. We call normal misprints the industry standard because anybody else would sell them.
Right.
That's first quality, and that's not to to speak down on others at all. But if you allow yourself to put out quality that is not quite as good as you can do, then are you really going to improve? Are you going to get better?
Sure.
So some of our best work this year, his best work, has been 4 and 5 colors with incredible detail.
Wow.
And you know, our misprints, while we have some, not many now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas is the man.
How much
Hell
does
yeah, Thomas.
Yeah. How much does the design factor into the stamping?
A whole lot.
Like it seems like a lot. Yeah. So are your artists like clued into these
Line depth
details?
minimums.
Some.
Yeah.
Some. We haven't put hard rules on them yet because we're going to want to continue to push the envelope on whatever we're doing anyway. But there's some projects that come in, and from the second we see it, we're like, Tom's going to hate this one. He's going to hate this one. Just because you have thick spaces with thin lines right around them.
Yep.
Things that cause dropouts, things that cause the foil to transfer in a way that it's not first quality.
Yeah. Yep. So, man, dude, this has been so fun to talk to you. This is an incredible. I want to be part of the Goose gang. Like, you've mentioned subscription models throughout this entire time. Can you talk a bit more about the subscription model? What does that look like? Sure. How does it work?
Yeah. So we have a subscription that ships out each month. It is generally an MVP or Axiom mold. We do slip in a few other surprises as well, but it started out primarily that, and we've kind of kept our word on that. $25 a month. You can get 1 disc. You can get more discs if you choose. No matter how many you want, it's 25 shipped. We ship them out in a bag. It's always a new design. We rotate the mold around so we don't have too many repetitions. And the big thing that we do differently than anybody else, there's a lot of very good subscriptions out there. Infinite has a great one. Disc Store has an unbeatable one if you're looking for shirts and all sorts of stuff in the box. We cater to the customer, though, in the sense that if you sign up, I'm going to ask you for your 4 favorite colors in plastic. And then on top of that, I'm going to ask you for a color that you hate and you never want to see in your life. And what I'm going to promise you is that I'm going to try to hit your first color.
Okay.
I'm going to try to hit your second, third, and fourth as well.
For sure.
But there are going to be situations where, hey, guys, I'm not manufacturing the discs. I can't control if we get exactly 162 blue, 181 white, 191 pink. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our best.
Blue, pink, and white, are those the top 3?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
Pink is hard. Everybody loves pink. You don't lose a pink disc. Manufacturers don't make that many pink discs, though.
Because they're hard to make?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
You just say they're hard because it's hard to order.
We don't get a big ratio of pink in our orders.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm going to call up MVP and be like, hey, slip us triple pink. Because if they give us triple pink, then somebody else is just getting everything else.
Yeah.
We aren't trying to shift the playing field by any means.
I mean, that makes sense. That checks out.
But yeah,
Pink,
the color preference
blue,
is big.
And white.
Color preferences are big.
Yeah.
No matter if they're throwing them or stowing them away, they like what they like.
Do you /the artist prefer white for the color of the foils and whatnots to pop, or are you guys like?
There's
how
a
does
lot
that
of
work?
artists that love white.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme, they don't really care.
They don't
most
really
of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time they don't have an opinion on that.
I've always wondered this too. Like when obviously it sounds like it's Thomas or you maybe, but when you're stamping, like sometimes I think the foil color choice that was put on the color of the disc was extremely questionable and like hideous. Like, are you guys thinking about like which color goes on a disc in particular, or is it kind of like, well, this is the foil we have and we're just running 100 of them? Like, how does it work? If that makes sense. And if you don't want to answer,
everybody wants something different, right?
Right.
So when we're ordering stamped product from the manufacturer, we're not 100% in-house stamping yet. We're doing as much as we possibly can.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But there are situations where we have to order some from MVP or Discraft or somebody else.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more conservative with the foil choices then. Again, I'm going back to Tootin' Thomas's horn here. Nobody thinks about putting the right foil on the right disc. I say that ignorantly with only seeing thousands of discs on the internet in my hands and everywhere else and looking at it and wondering why somebody put a green foil on an orange disc again. Like, why did we do this?
Yeah.
Why are we putting purple on gray, black, like something that just seeps into the plastic? You can't see it. You can't identify what it even says.
Right.
Why are we putting camo on anything? Who bought camo? Who made that decision to buy that foil?
Yeah.
Who? I hopefully,
Well, people
hopefully
love-
Bob from Discraft is watching this. They need to throw that orange candy corn foil away and never let anybody else see it ever
The
again.
one I don't like is the clown polka dot. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wonder
It's like
Bread.
Wonder
a
Bread.
Wonder Bread one. That's the one I hate.
Yeah, don't tell Bob that.
absolute most.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you tell a
Holy
Discraft guy
smokes.
that, you're in trouble, man.
Holy smokes.
I'm kind of like, I think rainbow is my like meh.
Yeah. I like the oil slick, like the oily.
Yeah.
That's kind of my favorite. You
Oil
get a little
slick's-
bit of every color, but the way that it's just kind of smearing through. I
Oil
think is
slick is
pretty-
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody else outside of this room loves it though.
But it works on every color of disc.
It works well.
Yeah.
It works well. Yes, we get super pissed off when we see questionable decision making
Yeah.
on picking a foil, and that's one of Thomas's big strengths. I haven't seen many ugly discs pop off, and it doesn't take that much thought.
Yeah.
One of the big feedback we've gotten this year. Sorry, I warned you about that cough. It's coming
Yeah.
in. I'm still
You're
getting
good.
over that cold.
I think you sound great.
The big thing that he's done this year is just matching. Like Axiom has colorful rims, right? Mm-hmm. Match the rim, man.
Yeah.
Like make it tie it in with the disc.
Yeah.
Tie it in with the canvas. No, I don't think many brands are thinking about why they're picking a certain foil for a certain disc.
I'm sure it's like technically just more of a production run. We have to produce this many discs today to keep up. Like these are the orders that are going to be coming in. It's probably just more of a timeline situation where like I've been in production, so I know what it takes to like change out a machine. Like it takes time. So is it worth the time or just crank out another?
For the
100?
manufacturer, it definitely isn't.
Yeah, definitely.
But
But
like,
then,
it's curious. Like, clearly there is some data on like which of these sell, especially now. Like
For sure.
COVID times, they would sell no matter what, even if people are like, I don't really like that foil, but it's the only one I can buy.
Yep.
But now that's not really the case. You can be picky now.
Yep.
And I'm really curious how that changes.
it's changed big time in the last
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
Big time.
So
If you have what most would call an undesirable combination on a disc, now it's not going to sell.
yeah.
It's got to look really good for people to buy it.
Yeah.
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 And that's where we're at.
Yeah.
The industry is still growing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that would say, "Oh, the sky's falling. It's only going downhill." You can think that way, but it's not reality.
Yeah.
If you're looking in the right spots, if you're going about things the right way, you're still going to succeed.
Yeah.
And disc golf is going to be here because you look at the leaders in disc golf right now. The reason why it's going to keep succeeding. I mean, the easy call out for the last decade is UC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
UC is why disc golf succeeded. I mean, part of why.
Mm-hmm.
Bob up at Discraft.
Bob. Yeah.
Holy crap. Every time I talk to Bob, I like Bob more. And it's just so refreshing.
Yeah.
And Mike Wagner, too. I got to meet him down at USDGC. He's awesome. He's awesome. But yeah, you look at the people in disc golf, and Danny Corbett, have you ever talked to that guy out at OTB?
No.
Oh, you got to talk to Danny.
Yeah.
Get him here.
Danny's an amazing guy.
Next time he's in town, let us know.
Danny's one of the guys that I saw on Facebook back in the day.
Really?
Doing what he was doing. Danny made moves.
Oh, he's got OTB Europe now.
He's got OTB everything now.
All the way.
But back in the day, he was selling on Facebook. That's where he started too.
Like,
And he's
yeah.
one of the guys that's like, holy crap, what's this guy doing? Like he's selling a lot of plastic. Like, so yeah, I was emulating him back in the day. I don't know if he knows this or not. But yeah, OTB is blown up. But it's because of people like Danny who want good for the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at their pro team now, they're supporting like 30 players, 25 players.
Wow,
It's a big number. And they're doing it in a very healthy way. You know, never have a bad interaction with Danny and his teams. They're awesome. But yeah, disc golf is going to succeed because of the mega people that are in it right now, feeding the sport.
Yeah.
You look at Steve Dodge, the whole Dodge family. Oh my gosh. If you haven't been up to Maple Hill, if you haven't been up for MVP Open or Vibram Open as it was, you got to be up there. It's just an amazing experience. It's a unique experience in disc golf. And it's people like that no matter what people say about the growth of disc golf, it's going to keep cooking. Michael Sizemore, Tech Disc, like that's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But it's people that are excited about the game. They care about the game. And they put their effort into it.
Yeah.
Everybody that's in disc golf business loves disc golf.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving out so many important names that I'll probably get a few angry messages at some point.
No, come on. We don't have that many followers anyways.
Exactly. Let's keep that like for a little bit.
We're growing our own little community. No.
I was talking about me, not you guys.
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Dude, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah,
this
thanks
is
for having me.
really, really fun. This is honestly a lot of parts of it were pretty eye-opening. I was like, okay, yeah, DFX Discs. Like, I honestly don't know that much about you or even your company. So, but I got a buddy that I play with all the time, and like he's like a huge fan. He buys a lot of your stuff. Huh?
Who is it?
Brian Dolan. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been telling him, like, we're trying to get him on, man. We're trying to get him on. We're in contact with him. So thank you very much for coming out here.
Thanks for having
awesome.
me, guys. This has been great.
I want to give you some stuff before you go.
No way. You guys are
Small
too good to me.
trinkets, as I've been calling it, little players pack.
Heck yeah. I should have brought you guys some discs tonight.
Next time.
I can drop them by sometime.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, dude, thanks so much. We've got, these are some classics, some grip stickers and some BKS. I don't know if you've been to BKS Artisan Ales.
Absolutely.
Alex Moss and all of them, they're the man. Also, we got a little U-Disc patch. Thanks to U-Disc, obviously Scott. If you're not using U-Disc, use it. It's the best. It's the best. Also, Grip just dropped these scales towels, which I think are pretty sick.
Heck yeah.
Little disc golf towel. And then Underpar just printed us some shirts. So we got a shirt for you. Scott Reed.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. He was on our previous episode, so go listen to that one. But yeah, I created the design. He got them made for us, and he's supporting the show now. So, dude, thank you again.
Oh, absolutely. Happy to join anytime.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic.
It's great.
Yes. Thank
Thank
you,
you
dude.
guys.